Normally, I would say today I'm going to work on this, but let's be realistic. I never have any time during the daytime. That boat has been sitting there for 2 months exactly, and I didn't. All I need to do is plug in 2 batteries and start it. I didn't get time to do that yet. So this is almost 3:30 in the morning. So this is definitely night. So tonight I am going to work on this bike, and yes, I'm about to get started at 3:30 in the morning. I was up all night. I burned out the starter relay yesterday. I was trying to go for a ride, and the battery was weak because I didn't get to ride it for about a month and a half. So I just swapped out the starter relay. Now I'm going to start working on these brake calipers. They're starting to get very stiff and not very effective braking. I bought this kit. I don't know if it's even going to work. I bought 2 of these. They cost me $82, and I bought this a little over a month ago, and I hadn't had the chance to start working on it yet. So I know I'll finish it if I get started on it. So I just want to get started. I got to remove both of these calipers. By the way, this is a 2002-3 Honda VTX 1800. So this line is coming for the rear pedal. It works with the rear brakes, which is right here, and this is for the front. So I'm going to take these off. I'm going to cap it off with I don't know, maybe napkin or something. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to cap those off, remove it, and then take the caliper out, and then I'm going to start taking it apart. I have never done this before, so I have no idea how to do this. I'm just hoping I don't screw it up. I have it right. I gotta go to 2 days from now. If I can't make this work, I gotta write that thing. Well, it's good to have backup plan, but let's get started on this one.
So let's start with taking this apart. I'm going to remove the brake lines first. It looks like they're 12 millimeters, and I'm going to put some towel here so when the fluid comes out, it doesn't ruin my wheels that are already in bad shape. Like I said, 12 mil. I'm just going to use a little bit of paper towel, squish it in there, see if I can keep it from draining too much. How does it work? Oh. Like I said, I never took one of these apart before, but it looks like there's 2 washers, which causes it to seal in place. It shouldn't really leak too much because no one's pressing the brake lever. Even then, I'm going to give it something. I'm hoping that would work halfway decent. It's good enough. It's got 2 washers, I don't want to lose any of them. I'm just going to keep it on here. And the second one. I think they're the same size, so if I mix it up, that's not so bad. Again, I'm just going to use a little bit of paper towel. It's not leaking anymore, as you can see, but still. Alright, this, 12 mil maybe? Yeah. So there's 2 bolts holding it in place. I will have to bleed both of those brakes after I replace everything. There we go. It's got a bunch of fluid in there coming off. Now I'm going to take this apart. I have no idea how this works, but I will find out. I'm going to move everything over to the table. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe I should have watched a YouTube video first. I'm pretty sure I can remove this caliper brake pads. So looks like that's the Allen key. Let me go get that. Alright, that's a 5mm. That made it a little easier. Take the pads out. Oh, they're nice and greasy. They'll need to be cleaned. Now, I started taking these off, well, at least tried to take these off. Then I just realized, why would there be anything there? These are very stiff. I have a feeling I gotta take this apart. But how do I do that? Also, there's some brake hardware. That'll need to be cleaned later. I have a feeling they just come right out. And then washers in there. This moves fine. So that doesn't need anything. I think these are fine as well. I'm guessing whatever is happening is inside of that. And I don't have a good way to take them out. I'm thinking put the brake lines back in and push it out with the brake. But I'm going to do something very unwise. I'm going to put a plier on it and try to pull it out. These are on there very tight. They do not want to come out. It's moving. It shouldn't be this hard. This should be sliding out very easily. I have no idea how I'm going to put it back in. I think this is when I need to remove this. Alright, I try to remove this, they don't come out very easily, so I have to get something very strong. I tried some more hand tools. It didn't work. That's the battery charger for the other motorcycle. So I went and got impact. They're rusted, so that explains why it didn't want to come out. So I got the impact. That worked out pretty well. I have no idea what I'm supposed to torque them as. So that's that. Let's see what I can do inside of this. It's dirty. Where are these rubber washers? I'm guessing they're inside. It's hard to see inside, but I'm guessing they're inside. I see one. So why do these have 6 of each? I have no idea. Alright, let me pull them all out. Well, at least let me get a pick and see if I can pull one of those out. And if I can, then I know I'm at least heading in the right direction. The sidewall's very smooth. Oh, wait a minute. Here's one. That answers that one question. And wait. Here's the second one. Big one goes on the inside, skinny one goes on the outside. So that answers the mystery of having this many washers. So I know what they're all for, which is a very good sign for me. I'm going to pull them all out one at a time. You can watch me do it, or you can fast forward, up to you. I don't know how wise it is to use a plier to pull it out. It's not like I have a lot of choice. Second one came out. Put one here, second one there, and the third one. Oh, this one comes out very easy. Wow, that was very easy. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to clean them, but I know I'm supposed to clean them. Maybe I'll just use a brake parts cleaner. I don't know if I should use sandpaper or not. That's one washer. Let me line these up. I don't see another one. Oh, there it is. Very good. Second one, and then the third one. Alright, I think that's all I really have to do. Just put everything back together. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to clean all of this. Inside looks very smooth. These look okay. That was a terrible idea to use a plier on the side. I left some tooth mark, so I don't recommend that at all. I'm gonna try to use very fine grit sandpaper to smooth it out a little bit. But other than that, everything else worked out pretty well. I'm just gonna clean all these parts out with a brake parts cleaner. There's no point showing that on the video. So the battery charger is still going in the background. So let's take this, open this packet. Let's see which one goes where. So looks like this is this. The sliding part of it. It came off. I don't know what I should do, if I should replace it or not. Oh, comes off completely. Shouldn't there be 2 of them? Yeah, there is. Alright, looks like this piece goes here, that piece goes there. These 2 are, I know what those are. I like to use factory parts, but this is so rusted, I'm just going to use this one. Looks like I'm supposed to put that on here. I'll use WD-40 for lubrication. I'm not sure if that's the right thing or not. Keep it here. I'm pretty sure brake parts cleaner is not the right lubrication for this. So this is very challenging. I wonder if there's a tool for this. Hopefully I don't break the washer. Very close. Why am I struggling so much? You'd think that would work. Alright, that worked. That goes on the side, those 2 are that. I will take this off. They're fine, there's no cracks on them. There's no damage at all. I prefer factory parts, so these are perfectly fine. I'm going to leave them alone. So, extra part for now. And I'm going to lubricate them with brake parts lubricant. I just realized since I have this taken out, I might as well put these gas washers in there before I put this back on there. Might make it slightly easier. So let's identify which one goes where. That's small, that's big. Alright, I know how this goes. I'll duplicate this with WD-40. Hopefully that works better. The big ones goes on the inside. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I did clean these out. I hit them with fine grit sandpaper, so all the sharpness went away. But I still don't recommend using a plier on these. I cleaned all of them out, sanded it with fine grit sandpaper, then cleaned it out with brake parts cleaner. This one I only cleaned the front part, that's why the color is a little bit different. Moving on, going back to putting these little washers in there. I started the two big ones. You can't really see much, but there's a groove way inside. That's where it's gonna go. A lot easier said than done. There we go. Oh, come on. Just sliding out. The first one went in so much easier. Alright, second one went in pretty well. Time to get the small one. This one I'm going to try not to lubricate too much. Maybe that was the problem. Yeah, this one went in really easy. Alright, I'm going to start with the small one. I'll do all three at the same time. They don't need much. Start with the small one. Then I'll look directional. They should go right on the lip. Alright, small one's done. The two bigger one. The smaller of the big ones. Skinny ones. That's not right. Why are they so small? Yeah, same thing with both of them. Anyway, this is how I had them. So this one goes back to the farthest one. Now this I will lubricate. Just a little coat. Let's hope this doesn't slide inside. I never expected this to be easy. And it's not. How am I supposed to get this in there? Let me try this one first. You know what? I know if you heat it up, it'll go in there easier. But I don't know if I just misplaced the washer or not. Very close. I get the feeling that that washer came off. This one's fine. This one I'm not sure about. Let's try this one first. Yeah, this one went in just fine. This one I'm not sure about. I absolutely do not want to do this. But I was completely right. This one cut up. That one got cut and went bad. There. I'm glad I took it out. I know this was still working good. So I will use the old one. That one feels better now. Yep, perfect. Still tighter than I want it to be, but those went on pretty perfectly. Time to put this, whatever this is called, the slides. Alright, that's good enough. Now for this one, I should definitely clean these out. But I'm not going to, there's no point. And I have no idea what is the correct torque value for this. So I'm just going to wing it. That should be close to 60 or 70 foot-pound. Now, how do I do the rest of the brakes? I need this hardware that goes here. I'm hoping these are showing up in the video. I guess I'm a little bit too far. They should go in like this. And I'll use the new hardware. That comes out this way. You're not going to believe this, but I actually have not seen a video on how to do this. Where's the tool? Right here. Alright, I would consider this brakes calipers rebuilt. Now I need to reinstall it and then bleed the brakes. Basically how I would bleed it is loosen this one for rear brakes and that one for the front brakes. So two different master cylinder would control this. And that's it. I'm just going to mount it back on the bike and that's the end of it. And I'm going to do the same exact thing for the other brake because these two should be identical. Possibly mirror image, but same. Alright. I'll give the conclusion of if it worked out or not. But as far as building, this is it. I would consider this rebuilt. So this is next night, right around midnight. I got started about an hour ago. I just finished rebuilding the second one. And I don't know if there's 3 different size piston, but similar thing happened with that one ring. It was kind of small. I was careful, I was able to put them back in, but still had the same problem. So going back to what I just did, took everything apart again, 14 mil, these are all 14 mil, so that worked out real well. And I'm going to do bleeding right now. And normally it's very easy, but this time I have to keep track of all 4 sides because I don't want any air going in any direction. It looks like my fork's leaking. I gotta rebuild that. For the back, the fluid reservoir is right here, right by the rear brake pad. Rear brake lever, and that's a 5mm Allen. And once I loosened that, I was able to loosen up that cover. And I want to just have it hanging and take it off. A lot of things are hard to do with one hand. But anyway, I'll take that off with 2 hands. And the second one is the front brake lever is over here and the reservoir is right here. And there's 2 Phillips screws. And I'm going to take that off so I can add both of them at the same time. So this way I don't have air going in from either side. I have to keep track of that because as soon as I start hitting the brakes, both system is going to squeeze in and I could get air from either side, and I don't want that. So let me turn the camera off for a second, take this off and take that cup off, and then I'll get started back up.
I just did the bleeding for the brakes, and it took me roughly 15 minutes to do. And I think I'm going to make that into a separate video and put it out there just as bleeding of the brake line. So for the first video, I'm not going to bother showing the bleeding and how to do it. All right, now I'm gonna put the brake system back together and take it for a test drive. Let's see how it goes. Just came back from the test drive and the brakes worked very well. I had to cure it first. It wasn't working at all when I first took off. Then I heated up the rotors and the pad. Then I let it cool properly, and then it started working very well. And so it was the brake calipers, and rebuilding it made a really big difference. I also fixed the light. I didn't mention anything about that. That's not a big deal. But this was all about the brakes, and I am very happy with the result. And like I said, it cost me about $82 for the 2 sets. It worked well. I may rebuild the rear one. I don't have any problem with it. Maybe I'll just leave it alone. But yeah, the front one was giving me trouble. My brake lever was really hard and it wouldn't have any grip on it, meaning it wouldn't start. It wouldn't stop very well. Still worked, but the brake lever was very, very stiff. I didn't know if it was the master cylinder or the brake calipers. So I started with the brake calipers, and that was it. That fixed the problem, and I am very happy. So this is the end for that video. I like this thing. Where's the signal light? There we go. That's how that works. All right, that's the end.